Yeah, we had to change tactics anyway, so that's clear. We were really successful with a specific way of play, but it was the right way to play with the team we had then. It was the right way to play with the midfield, with the likes of Fabinho, Henderson, Wijnaldum, Milner, real powerhouse, workhorses, closed down everything. And then we had up front, and especially in the beginning, 3 pressing monsters. For a while, it was exactly the right way to play. And then it's difficult to change things when it's going that well, and especially with the same players. But we are Liverpool and we have to win football games. So we cannot try for a year and say then afterwards, didn't work out, let's try the other way. We have to fix it while we are in the race.
I, at the start of the season, thought Liverpool playing such a good way, why change? But listening to him, the change of tactics, the change of players have meant he's had to do that, especially when he spoke about that real powerhouse of a midfield that could do it, the pressing monsters up front. And we'll have a look at some seasons back, to see what they were like, and let's have a look at what they're like now. So we've chosen 3 clips, all against Brighton, just for a bit of consistency. But here we see straight away, you've got the front 3, in this case it's Firmino, Salah and Oxlade-Chamberlain here, and then you've got the 3 midfielders, Keita, Henderson and Wijnaldum. So you've got the 3 and a 3, the typical way that Liverpool played. And then, again, Firmino was such a great presser of the ball, and they could do it. They had the energy, they had the powerhouses, as he said. And when you've got players that are happy to commit, Leon, into these places, they're not scared to come and press if they need to, then all of a sudden it gives that front 3 a real opportunity.
Yeah, I think that's the key. You know, the midfield behind it are real powerful runners. As Jurgen Klopp says, we've always thought it was the strikers that started the press, but the midfield have always been key behind it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And here we see one of those players. In this case, it's Naby Keita. He breaks, he wins the ball, and that's a finish from Mo Salah. So, last season, let's just go in chronological order. Again, you've got a similar shape here, Leon, but it's starting to change now. In fact, we'll cut that one out because that's Trent Alexander-Arnold. We've got the 3 attackers, Carvalho here at the top end, and then we've got 3 midfielders in here, and this is now Thiago Silva. Sorry, Thiago. So the type of player is starting to change in this situation, and particularly up here on this left-hand side, you've got a young player that probably doesn't understand the press so much, and you've got a ball-playing player in Thiago that, in this situation, gets his angles wrong, the ball actually gets played wide of him, and these are the first signs that the type of players aren't used to what was happening before them.
Yeah, you think it's because he was trying to bring in a Thiago-style midfielder rather than trying to go again with the type of midfielder he already had?
I do think that, actually, and I think that what he's done is got a type of player and then tried to fit tactics around him as opposed to trying to find a like for like, let's say. Well, and let's just have a look a little bit further forward to this season.
I want to say this, Mike. The first thing I noticed about this, you did your front 3 before. Now, in this clip, there's the front 3, and there's a midfield 3 behind it. The way they set up, that's your Diaz, your Núñez, your Salah, and then that midfield 3 behind it. He's getting people in the same position, I'd say, but he's going about it a different way, do you think?
Exactly, and I think this is the first telltale sign, really, that it's a different type of press that they're going to play now. You look at this here, and even though they're in different positions, you remember a couple of seasons ago, you'd have 3 players like that in a straight 3. Now, Liverpool away at Brighton are very much playing 2 up front, and then almost a diamond in midfield just when they're out of possession. So it worked the same. Don't get me wrong. This was a good example of Liverpool pressing and winning the ball back and actually winning a penalty in this situation. But it just doesn't seem to have the effect. I watch Liverpool now and I yearn for Liverpool to really have that high-octane press that they used to have. And I'm sure he would want it as well, but I just don't think they've got the players nowadays to do it. And just to highlight that, I mean, look at these for figures. Every single one falling away each year.
Especially that one. I mean, I know we're early in the season, but Liverpool, we renown them with winning the ball back high up and then scoring goals. Do you think that last press that you've just shown is what we're going to continue to see from Liverpool?
I think Liverpool will still enjoy pressing. They'll still try to press and win the ball back high. After all, it's a weapon that every team would like to have. But it's just going to be fascinating to see over the coming months, to see how Liverpool evolve, to see where they're going to get their goals from, because they're not going to be winning the ball as high as we've seen here. So it'll be really interesting tactically to see how Liverpool do it from now on. Now, a little bit less energy, Jules, I suppose, in the front line, but I'm sure there'll be plenty of energy in a Merseyside derby today.